And what race are you running for, and why are you running in this race?
I'm running for Texas Congressional District 21, running because I want to make a difference in the veteran space. I'm a disabled veteran myself. Done a lot of work in DC, advocating for veterans issues, taking other veterans up there to meet with their elected officials, members of Congress. I was able to help make a difference in legislation that was passed to improve their lives, but there's still a lot of work to be done. Also, border security is important to me. Stronger borders, enforcing our current immigration laws that are on the books, and really dealing with the crisis of fentanyl and the drugs that are coming across there. It's really improved, but there's still issues with that happening, and it's really personal to me because of a situation that happened to me 3.5 years ago. So,
can you talk a little bit about the top 3 initiatives for your campaign and what you would focus on if elected?
Yeah, top 3 initiatives. One would be the border security. Again, I mentioned fentanyl. So I lost my daughter Michaela 3.5 years ago. She was given fentanyl and didn't know it, and still a hole in my heart. So I know there's several families out there that are dealing with that, where they lose their kids. Our young bright children that are being taken from us. So really passionate about that. Again, doing more stuff in the veteran space. There's a lot of legislation that's been left on the table that hasn't been approved or never made it out of committee because there's a lot of veterans that are suffering, their families that are suffering. So I'd like to see some improvements there and better legislation to help the veterans and their families and their caregivers.
In terms of your campaign, there are a lot of people in this race.
There are a lot.
Can you
yes.
tell me what sets your campaign apart from the other candidates in this race, especially when there's one backed by both the governor and the president?
Sure. I'd say for me, so I did a career in world's finest Navy. I have a servant's heart. My mom was a teacher. I come from a family of educators, so just got that volunteer spirit and a real servant's heart. I've served on city council in Bernie, was mayor pro tem for a couple years there as well. And I've served on several boards and commissions and do a lot in the nonprofit space. I'm on 3 boards right now, one including which is Teen Lifeline Collective about teen suicide prevention. So I'm really involved to the community. I give back a lot. I'm connected. I'm accessible. I think I voted in every election since I was 18, every primary, every general election, and then municipal elections and school board elections. Those are all important. Some people don't believe so, but they are. So I think showing up and voting is important, and being accessible to the community, and then being willing to roll up your sleeves and do the hard work. And I've done a lot of that, and I continue to do it today.
When you look at the hot topic issues like taxes and health care and immigration, where do you stand on those?
I'll go with immigration first. So my grandparents immigrated from Italy. So my mom was first generation Italian American. And then my wife's also an immigrant who came from South Africa. So she came here the legal way. So I'm all about immigrants. I come from immigrants, and I think it's important that we enforce those immigration laws that we have on the books, so that people come here the right way and are able to become citizens and participate in what we're doing here in this great country of ours. I would say the Affordable Care Act, it's not that affordable for a lot of people. I know people that battle with their health care coverage and would love to see some improvements there, and a lot needs to be done in the healthcare arena. Taxes, including property taxes in Texas, that's something close to a lot of Texans, but I think reducing the tax burden on people is important, on the citizens, on the taxpayers. A flat tax could be great as well. There's so many ways to explore on how there's less of a burden on as far as people paying their taxes.
Okay. And then looking ahead, if there was one thing that you could tell voters who maybe need to cut through the noise a little bit more in terms of how many people are running in this race, what would you say to a voter who's not sure they want to look through the number of candidates running?
Yes, I would say, to take a look at my website, votedubose.com, read what I'm all about there, the people that have come out to support me, and what I'm all about, the proven history of being involved, of volunteering, of serving my community. I'm a PTO president right now, so I'm passionate about education, being involved with the schools, advocating for our kids. In that arena, I think school decisions should be at the local level and less federal government. So I'm all about smaller government. But I've got a history. I've got a voting record with what I've done in the past. Granted, it was on a municipal level, but still I've got I've got a history as a pro-business person, smaller government person, and someone who's willing to do the hard work and roll up my sleeves.
All right. Anything else you want to add?
No, I'm just grateful for the folks that have supported me. I mentioned immigration. My wife, Annalise, she immigrated here, and I remember when she was sworn in as a citizen, and the most thing she was excited about was being able to vote in the U.S. as a new citizen. So I would encourage people to make sure they get registered. It's too late now for this election, but voting is one of the biggest responsibilities that we have, and I think exercising that's important. And we need to have a greater turnout, at the polls. It's a midterm, and it's a primary race, so I'd like to see more people get out there and vote.
All right, that's it. Thank you
Great.
so much.
Thanks
I
for your
appreciate
time.
your time.